friends, and happy holidays. Welcome back to Movies, Munchies, and Moscato. I am Rhonda.
And I am Rochelle.
And we're just a couple of friends who love movies and television, so if that's something that interests you, please stick around. And now it's time for movie news, reviews, and pulp culture discussion. So in movie news, there's going to be a new take on Van Helsing that's going to be produced by James Wan, who normally does a lot of horror
Yes,
shows.
he's really
So
good.
that should be interesting.
He does The Conjuring.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That'll be really interesting take
Yes,
then.
I think he'd do a great job. I was excited to hear that.
Because it was okay, not the Hugh Grant, sorry. The Hugh Jackman version, but yeah, I think a darker take might make it more interesting. So, okay,
yeah.
look forward to that. Also, production on the TV series Hawkeye for Disney Plus has started. For those who've never seen them, I don't know why you wouldn't have seen them, because they're great. Hawkeye is from the Avengers movies, played by Jeremy Renner. And so this is the TV series continuing on with his story, basically, from where the Avengers left off.
Oh,
So-
I was going to say, Hawkeye, isn't that from, MASH?
No, just the Avengers. So since I was a fan of all those movies, I'll definitely check it out when that happens.
Yes.
Also, Spider-Man 3 has now added Dr. Octopus, played by Alfred Molina again from the original trilogy. So I'm very excited for that. I actually really enjoyed his villain in the Tobey Maguire series of Spider-Man.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm so happy. So far they have him coming back. They have Jamie Foxx coming back, and they also are bringing back the Sandman.
Ooh.
Why am I losing his Thomas Hayden Church?
Yes.
So
that'll be good.
So those three right now are going to pop back into the Spider-Man 3. So that'll be interesting.
Oh boy, they just can't let him die, can they? They just got to keep going.
No, that's true. Well, it seems like every single time they've done them so far, which is the third iteration, they keep having a trilogy. So I guess this will be the third and probably final one with Tom Holland, and then a couple years later they'll redo it again with probably somebody else.
There'll be another reboot.
So
can't really think of anything else.
Right, exactly. In interesting news, there's going to be 7 more Kingsman movies that are being discussed right now to be coming out. I enjoy those movies. I don't see them lasting, basically that's going to spread them out to Fast and Furious territory where it's so many of them. I don't see that with this series, but...
No, are they that loved?
See, I didn't think they were that highly rated, honestly.
Me either. That's very surprising.
Especially not the second one. Now they have the third one, which is technically a prequel coming out early next year, just called The Kingsman, which is supposed to be the start of how the whole thing started, but... I don't know. I can't see 7 more coming out. I guess we'll see what comes about because it is just being mapped out right now by the director and the writer. So maybe that won't actually happen with 7. That just seems a bit.
And who are slated to be in there? The same?
That they haven't said on that one. So my guess is they'll probably try and get as many of the same as they can at least.
Yeah.
But they haven't talked to any type of actors yet. So.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well.
I know. The prequel coming out is all new people since it's supposed to be early years, but. Yeah, we'll have to see what happens with that. Also, and I'm annoyed with this news, there's going to be a reboot of True Blood at HBO coming using the same executive producer. So I really enjoyed that whole series. I watched it, to the end. I never read the books it was based on, and I guess what they're going to try and do is maybe follow the books more closely in this reboot. Whatever that means, but I just hate because it hasn't been that long that
you
they're
really
redoing
liked True
it.
Blood too.
I did.
Remember you talking about that.
I
Don't
did.
cry, Rhonda.
I just feel like it needs to be a longer span. It just hasn't been long enough to me to reboot that right now.
Yeah.
It's just anyhow. Yeah. So that's the annoying news to me for the day.
Well, I am going to stop you right there because I do have a question for you.
Okay.
As I'm sure you can all tell, she knows all. Game of Thrones, the prequel, it keeps rearing its ugly head that it's actually going to happen. Have you heard anything in your sources that this is actually happening? Because I see it on my wall, my Google wall, now and then, maybe at least once a week, maybe twice, and they keep talking about it's going to happen, except for the first one that sounded really good.
Oh,
And
that
that
they
one-
end up scrapping.
The one that was scrapped, but there's
Yes,
another
the
one.
one I think that's supposed to be the one that's coming out. Yes, it's still coming out. Called, I believe it's the House of Targaryens.
Yes.
That's where they're.
Yes.
Yes, it's still moving forward. They don't plan to start filming till January, however, but for some reason they
Yes.
released like artwork. They released. I saw that like last week. They released artwork of like a poster. I was like, why are they
Wow.
doing that? They haven't even filmed anything yet, but that's fine.
And-
It's still on track because that's the important thing.
And it's none of the actors that they had, because I know
No, because they were involved in the previous one that was scrapped. So I haven't heard
Right.
nothing about who's supposed to be in
Can't
this.
they just bring them over? I guess it depends on the characters.
That's true.
But, I mean, I'm super excited for this, so I don't care. Hopefully it's good.
Right?
You know.
Yeah, that's true. Hopefully it will be good. I think since they're going to focus on that house, which sounds the most interesting of them, I think,
Yes.
you know. Because I guess originally they were going to focus on, oh, yes, the other, okay, they were going to focus on the younger, like, Ned and, like, his whole family.
Starks.
Yes, the Starks, whereas this one will focus. So, yeah.
Right.
I think this one will be, oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
It should
the
be good.
Targaryens are pretty awesome. I
Yeah.
mean, it's very interesting anyway. So, okay. Well, thank you. Carry on.
No problem. So we also learned that there is a Silence of the Lambs TV sequel in the works at CBS. Well, I shouldn't even say in the works. It's coming out in February, so they've already filmed it. It just picks up where the movie left off.
Really?
So, although I've never seen the actress, I don't remember what her name is. She's obviously younger than I feel like Jodie Foster was at the end of technically that. So, but they're just gonna pretend like that it's a sequel from the
Oh, okay.
the movie. So that's
Pardon
actually
me.
interesting. Oh, no problem. Drink some water.
I love that show. That was one of my favorites. And I remember seeing Silence of the Lambs when it came out on Valentine's Day back in, what was it? When did it
Like
come out?
1998.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah, 1997.
At least.
Yeah. I remember actually, it's probably 96 'cause I feel like I was still in high school. So, and I graduated in 96. So I'm going to say it's
Okay.
about 95 or 96 when it came
Yeah.
out. So, yeah, it was a while back.
Yeah. Saw it on Valentine's Day. What a great show to see on Valentine's. But it was just fine.
Well, good. So the day ended well then.
Yes, it did.
So we'll have to check that out. And you'll have to tell me because I won't be watching it. I
Oh.
never saw that movie. I never saw any of the prequels or the sequels or anything with like Julianne Moore. So you'll have to you watch this as well and you tell me, let us all know how it goes. 'cause,
Okay, I'm on it.
yeah, it's one of those series. I'm
I
like,
love having a job. So.
Exactly. Okay, so this week for my favorite Christmas movie, I am going with Jingle All the Way. Now this stars a great Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sinbad.
Yep.
The great Sinbad.
That's so funny.
It's just so funny. It was one of those ones unexpectedly that I liked. You think it was going to be dumb, but it was. It was very funny. It had the late Phil Hartman in it as the great neighbor who's annoying and trying to steal the wife. It's very funny but cute at the same
Oh
time.
yeah, I love that
And
show.
there's all trying to get to this one toy. Got to get it. I forgot to get it. Got to get it. So I just really enjoy watching it every year.
I agree. That's a good one. I haven't seen that one in a long time, so I'll have to
Yeah.
definitely look for that one. My favorite, and some can say, is it Christmas or is it Halloween? Nightmare Before Christmas. I love Jack Skellington, the Pumpkin King. I have so much of that Disney stuff. I can't even tell you. But it came on Saturday, and I was riveted. I have the movie, but for some reason, when it comes out on TV, it's just you
still
got to
wanna watch
stop
it.
and watch it. And I just love the music in it. So
Oh, yeah.
anyway, know all the words. I am that nerd, but that's what I watched, and I could watch those over and over and over. So
And see, for me, that's one I've never seen.
you haven't? Oh,
So I guess next time I see it come through on TV, I guess I need to stop and maybe
Yeah.
take a look at it. It's just not one I ever thought. I don't know. It just didn't.
oh, it's great. It really is. So that's just my opinion, but there's a lot of people who feel like me.
right.
So we're those Disney
Probably.
nerds.
Plus, speaking of movies that you probably wouldn't think are maybe not Christmas, where are you on the Die Hard debate? Do you think Die Hard is a Christmas movie or not?
I've never related that to Christmas, but people are saying it is.
And see, me neither. And I see why they're saying it is because it's
Yeah.
set during Christmas. But I mean,
Right,
it's just
right.
not, there's not Christmassy things happening.
No, you'd shoot him up, kill him, that stuff. That's just
Right?
not
It's like he
Christmas
just happens
me.
to be, yeah, trying to connect with the wife on, but yeah.
Now,
Okay.
creepy little gargoyles and stuff like in The Nightmare Before Christmas. I mean, that is. That's not either. But anyway, yeah, I don't.
So you say no on that?
I'm gonna
Okay,
go with
I'm
no.
with you. I don't think it's a Christmas movie. I mean, I'll watch it whenever because that is one of the ones I like too. But okay, I was curious. Speaking of random movies, because that
Yeah.
comes up every Christmas. It seems like. Where are you on the Die Hard debate?
Yeah.
Is that a Christmas movie or not?
Yeah, we should put this to bed. It's not a Christmas movie. Wait, there may be someone who thinks it is.
But yeah, we're both in agreement that it's not. So just
Cool. All
let
right,
that there
we're
go.
on the same page then.
So movies out this week. We have Wild Mountain Thyme. It has Emily Blunt and Christopher Walken. That's just an on-demand movie.
Time.
Oh, is it Time?
Yes.
Oh, I've been saying Thyme every time. Thyme this, Thyme that. Okay, so Time.
Well, at least you sound
You know,
out your
we know.
letters.
I guess I get it. It's set in Ireland, so I'm just hearing and not saying it right. That's totally
Well, yeah.
That's totally fine. But this looks cute. It's just about two basically star-crossed lovers. Their families don't get along. I don't think it's like Hatfields and McCoy's level, but it's just they're trying to be together, but the families don't like each
Oh.
other. So I'll probably try and check that out.
And it's on demand.
It's just on demand, so yeah, it means you'll have to pay for it. So I'll have to see how much that is for that before I guess watch it. But also there is Let Them All Talk with Meryl Streep. This will be on HBO Max, and it's about her and some friends that take a cruise, just talking about life and getting away from it all. And so it just looks like a cute, I guess, girl comedy. So I watch them. We always love Meryl Streep.
Oh yeah.
So it also has Diane Weiss in it, from Parenthood back in the day. I know she's done a lot of other things. That's the show that stands out for me from her. But so
Oh, well, that sounds awesome. I
just have to check
definitely
that.
will. Well, I love Meryl Streep, so
right,
I will check that out.
me too. So as to what I've been watching this week, so I sat down and watched the Christmas Chronicles on Netflix, number 1 and number 2. They were so good. I was pleasantly surprised by the first one because I forget that Kurt Russell does comedy so well because I feel like it's been a while since I've seen him in something that makes me laugh. But he's just so good in it. And then part 2, it's him and Goldie Hawn because she plays as Mrs. Claus. And although it wasn't as funny, it was still a very cute, heartwarming Christmas movie, which is, what I love.
Right.
If you haven't picked that up by now, I mean, I don't know who you're listening to. But
You're to Christmas that I am to Halloween. So.
yes, there you go. That's so true. So, yes, I watched both of those. Only enjoyed both, so I would recommend watching those. I'd actually give, if I were rating the Christmas Chronicles number 1, definitely 5 wine corks. Number 2, I'd give up 4 because it wasn't as great, but it was still enjoyable to watch.
Okay.
Also, I have started but haven't finished it yet. Selena, the series on Netflix. I did see the movie back in the 90s with Jennifer Lopez. Really loved it. It was great to learn all about that singer because I remember hearing on the news when she had been killed, but I was like, I didn't know who she was. And so getting to see the background of it was really great. And so this series is basically taking the same steps, but it does more along the way of showing more of her early life that the movie didn't really delve into, meaning like her childhood more and then the early days of the band with her siblings before she struck it big. And so this is part 1. Part 2, I guess, once she strikes it big, will be out early next year. They're filming that part right now.
Oh, how many episodes
So-
are there in the first one?
There's 8.
Oh, okay.
Or is there 9? There's 9. I'm sorry. There's actually 9.
Okay.
So,
Well, that
and they're
doesn't
about
sound-
40 minutes long. So they're not.
Oh.
So it's not too bad. So,
All right.
I'm gonna finish that up, and I'll give you a full review later. But yeah, so far so good.
Oh, good. I would like to see that too. I was on my way. I was actually kind of scrolling through that, and then I thought, oh, I need to finish watching. And what I watched was Murder on Middle Beach. Of course, I did. I watched something about murders.
Right. Darkness.
Yeah, this is really kind of it was a really intriguing documentary that was made by the son of a woman who was murdered. And he talks to all of his family members. He finds out more about her because he was 18 when she was killed.
Okay.
And how she was found and who found her. And wow, it was, of course, it brought a tear to my eye more than once. But I definitely would recommend this if you're interested. Now, again, he hasn't, they don't know. I don't know if that's really, you know, kind of telling what happened, but they really don't know who killed her. But just the steps, and you can kind of make up your own mind a little bit. It's really interesting because he talks to the police, who then kind of turn it around, and they're trying to get information out of him, and then he talks to this, you know, his aunts and his grandma and all these different people, and that are, and his dad. You know, at times leads you to believe that maybe he had something to do with it. Obviously, I think that the husband or the father would be the first they look at. But what was really fascinating about this is that there was something, and I don't know if it's still around, called gifting tables. And it's where these women meet, you know, maybe once a month, and they all have to put in so much money. So that it's a pyramid scheme. So the person at the top gets all that money that comes in. And then everybody, they're like little minions. They have to go out and find more people to come in and more people to bring in money, with the promise that everyone is going to make 40,000 or plus. It's the craziest thing. And
It's
who
only
knew about
women?
that? It's only women.
Oh.
And the way that the pyramid is set up, you start out as an appetizer, and then you go to a salad, and then you go to the entree, and then to the dessert. And the dessert is when you're paid out and when you get all that money.
Oh, wow.
And one of the women who got all this money actually came home and threw hundreds of dollar bills at her husband. And she said it was floating through the air like confetti. And it happened more than once. And I think they brought in over $2 million. It was the
Wow.
craziest thing. I've never even heard of them, but it's
me
illegal. And these
neither.
women who started this up did spend time in jail. So anyway, some different aspects of what could have possibly happened was going on. So anyway, I think that was a good one. I watched some other things, but one I finished was Cats. I don't think a lot of people have seen that show, Cats.
I'm in agreement with you.
And I saw it, I've seen the play twice, but I've not seen the movie. And I watched half of it on a plane, and then I watched the other half this past weekend. And it is so bizarre. What a great all-star cast, but I can see why the reviews just weren't there for it. I thought it was done very well, and the scenery and the costumes were fantastic. I mean, as they were saying their parts, their ears would move like a cat.
So you weren't thrown off by the CGI, because I feel like that was one of the complaints.
No,
Okay.
I didn't even think there was a problem with that. I thought it was actually pretty cool, but
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I think
Well, no,
you
that's
kind
good
of
to
have
know.
to be a fan of Andrew Lloyd Webber too. I mean, his music is awesome, but it was definitely odd. So maybe I think as far as wine corks go, I would maybe give it a 2. So, and I'm probably right up there with the rest of everybody, and maybe I'm a little generous compared to some of that I've seen. So
Was that on HBO?
it was.
Oh, okay.
I believe so. That's where I saw it. Or you could probably call it up on demand
Oh,
and
okay.
get it for free. They're just like, yay, someone's watching it. Just give it to them. Just let them watch it. It's not a big deal.
Okay, I may have to. Well,
Yeah.
I guess I have to be in the. Is it long? I feel like it was a longer
It's kind of
movie.
long.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a couple hours. But, you know, if you know the music, you look for that. I mean, Jennifer Hudson, she plays one of the older alley cats, and she's the Jellicle cat. She's the one that's chosen. I'm not really telling anything. But anyway, she sings Memories. And we all know she has the most amazing voice, and it was just beautiful. So I was really, of course, I started to cry when she started to sing it, because I do love that song.
Oh.
And anyway.
Well, that
and
would be a good part. Okay.
Yeah, and she was definitely, she did it justice. So anyway, That's just
Okay,
kind of
well, I'll
my-
give it a whirl. Even if I end up having to do it in 2 parts, I can do that. I was just thinking, I'm like,
I did
can
it in 2 parts.
I was like, can I sit here for 2+ hours? That's why I was wondering how long it was, but okay.
Yeah.
I will give it a whirl. Now for our Christmas facts of the week.
So I thought we would kind of just talk about the weirdest Christmas traditions around the world. We kind of started that last week, but so this one I thought was fun because it kind of ties in with what we're talking about, and it's from Germany. Of course, it's from Germany, and it's Krampus. And there's been a movie out about that. I did
Sure
watch that. Shocking. And it is this creepy, evil demon-looking thing. And the story of Krampus originated in Germany in December, obviously. And it's basically an anti-Santa. Krampus is half goat, half demon, and was created to instill fear in the hearts of children. Isn't that nice?
It's half goat, half demon?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So the night of December 6th, the legend states that Krampus comes out in search of naughty children, while the well-behaved children will wake on December 6th to see presents in their shoes from St. Nicholas. The bad children will find a rod from Krampus, or worse, will be collected by him and taken to his lair.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it's an effective tactic for making children behave, apparently. I just told my kids they were getting cold or they were getting anything. That seemed to work.
Right? Scaring your children. That's
Right?
okay. I mean, okay.
Okay, so anyway, maybe y'all should go check out Krampus. That's a holiday movie. The next one is in Japan. So if you are headed to Japan for Christmas, make sure you get your reservations at KFC because that's the place to go for holiday dinner.
That's so crazy. to
Can
me.
you even imagine?
No.
Ooh, the rush to KFC. Here we're having turkey and whatever else.
Right? Some chicken, maybe. Oh, I guess, yeah, we do.
There you go.
That's true. I do have chicken on Christmas, but not the KFC variety.
Well, the interesting thing is that the ovens are so small in Japan that it works out better for them to go out, still have their holiday traditional dinner, but they do it at KFC. They have bigger ovens.
I guess that makes sense. I mean, okay, because yes, you can get your chicken, your mashed potatoes and gravy, all your sides and biscuits. That's true.
That's true.
It's just funny.
I mean, you could even get them all in one in their chicken bowl. Have you ever had that
oh,
one?
right. Mm-hmm.
I
That's
love
true.
that thing.
That's
My
true.
husband thinks it's so gross, and I just love it. Like, I will have to sneak and have it because he thinks it's awful, but I love it. So I can understand. I'd probably make my reservation, but that's just me. So I don't plan on going to Japan anytime soon, but especially
Right.
not around Christmas. So
That is.
anyway, but
That's very interesting.
We'll find some other cool, weird things for next week.
Yes, we'll continue this because I'm learning a lot. I don't know about y'all out there, but I am sure learning a lot about how they do things around the world.
Well, that's all I have on my list this week. Thanks for tuning in and listening to us. If you have any comments or questions or want us to cover anything, please let us know. And we'll see you next week. Thanks
See you
for
guys.
hanging.
Thank you.